Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca Marino and I am a soul mentor here to guide you back to the magic within your soul. Come back to your truth. Today I want to talk about what that means. So in life and as humans, when we have a problem or we're struggling, we tend to ruminate on that thing, that problem, and we talk about it again and again and again, and we ask other people in our lives, or we seek out for people who've been through the problem and how they overcame it. But the only way anybody has ever overcome a problem or a situation, an adverse situation in their lives, is by coming back to truth, coming back to the truth of who they are at their core, their human nature and their spiritual nature, whether they know it or not. That's how I overcame my depression as a teenager. And that's how I overcame a lot of the other things that happened in my life. And that's how you have overcome things in your past, by coming back to this higher power, this force of nature, this energy, this flow behind life, this power, this magic, that which created you is you. And by coming back to that truth is how you got over anything in your life, how you came out the other side, how you saw the light at the end of the tunnel. That's how you did it. And if you are still in a problem and you've been in it for a long time, maybe this is your invitation to start looking in the direction of truth. Now, how do we do that? That is, the million-dollar question in humanity. How do we do anything? How do we live a happier, healthier life? How do we have an easier existence? How do we thrive as human beings? Not just live, not just survive, but thrive as a human being. How do we genuinely enjoy the life we're living? And the how isn't necessarily up to us. That is, that just happens. It's, how to do this. It may not seem like you know how, but you do, because you are the essence of the entire universe. You have this magical power within your soul, within you, that is you. It's part of you, and it is you. So it isn't I don't have this 3-step program of, do this and you will live happily ever after forevermore. It's more of like an experiment or a game where you just sort of trial and error and seeing what works for you. And I'll tell you what works for me, because that's the only way we can sort of communicate as human beings and share. It's sharing our experiences. So how I do it and how I live the life I love and how I keep coming back to my truth is knowing that there is a higher power, knowing that there is something governing life, something that created me. Some people call it God. Some people have a problem with the word God, and that's okay. This isn't about religion or one size fits all. It really isn't. In fact, I've got a video on my channel titled "It's Not One Size Fits All," so please feel free to check that out. So for me, I call it God or the universe or the divine mind, and knowing that there's that safety net, that home, that go-to place that I can go back to, no matter how great or rubbish my life is at the moment, whatever experiences I'm having, I know that I have this magical power that is bigger than me, but yet it's inside of me. It's not separate from me, it's part of me. It's who I am at my true nature. That is me. I am that magical energy. So I know that no matter what's happening, I can lean into that. I can depend on that. It's got my back. It's holding me up. It is my home. So there's that. And what is also very helpful for me is knowing that whatever I'm thinking changes. It changes of its own accord. So if I don't like it, I just have to observe it like a cloud. I get to observe it like a cloud, or like a train, a metropolitan train passing at the Jubilee line station, at Willesden Green, just flies by. There's no way you're catching that train. It doesn't stop. So it's the same with my thinking, with our thoughts. If I don't like what's in my head, I just don't pay attention to it as much as I used to. Whereas before, when I didn't like something in my head, I would ruminate on it and I would scare myself with that thought, and I would tell everybody who would listen. So knowing that the thoughts in my head will pass is very freeing. So it's knowing I don't have to attach onto anything I don't want. If I don't want it in my world, if I don't want it in my existence, I simply turn away from it. And it's very different from burying my head in the sand and pretending like it's not there. It's turning away from it. It's like, no, I have zero tolerance for you. I'm looking towards love, peace, and wisdom. Thank you. And you're not love, peace, and wisdom. It's this very firm but gentle, no, I have zero tolerance for this kind of thinking. This is the direction I want to go in. It's like if you want to go to Nando's, for example, and from where you are, Nando's is out of your house and to the right. You're not going to go to the left because you're not going to make it to Nando's. So it's the same with this. Is if you want to live a happier, peaceful, calmer life, if you want to thrive and live your best life, ruminating on the things you don't want isn't the way to go about it. It's going left when you really want to go right. So turn to that power within you, whatever you call it, whatever words you put on it. I call it love, peace, and wisdom, or God, or universal energy, or the power behind life. There are a lot of words I put in it, and so those are the first two things that genuinely help me. And the other thing is my feelings are my compass. My feelings are my guide. It's telling me how close I am to my truth. If I'm feeling great, if I'm feeling happy and comfortable and life is smooth sailing, I'm there. I'm in my true nature. If I'm suffering, if I'm hurting, if something is uncomfortable and doesn't feel nice, all it's saying is you've moved away. You've gone too far from the truth of who you are. You're trying to do God's work by yourself. Come back. Come back to the truth of who you are. And that's kind of how it plays out for me in my mind and in my world when things aren't going right. That's kind of the steps. Maybe not in that order, but it's like something within me, that magical power within me that is me, reminds me, oh yes, you are not your thinking. Oh yes, your feeling is just telling you where you are. Oh yes, you've got God to depend on. And the more I look to that and the more I listen to that, rather than the you're not good enough, who do you think you are, why are you doing this, all of that chatter, the metropolitan line, the toddler having a tantrum, is just not necessary. The lion that wants to eat you, just turn from it and go back to love, peace, and wisdom. Zero tolerance. It's like your mind trying to bully you. And it isn't that your mind is bad. Your mind isn't the bad guy in all of this. Thoughts aren't the bad guy. It's, as a metaphor, that's what it's like, that we get these bullying thoughts that is against our nature. And then we have love, peace, and wisdom, which is connected to our nature. It's closer to the truth of who we are. And when we try and break apart from the truth of who we are, when we try and separate out and go at this human game alone, and we try and be just human and not spiritual as well, it hurts, it's painful, because it's not our true nature, it's not our core, it's not the truth. We're not alone. There is no human being on this planet is alone. We are here, we are being guided by a higher power. So find that for you. My challenge for you today is to experiment for yourself what that higher power is for you. What word would you put on it? You know, when you close your eyes and you think of something bigger than you, something that created you, that is guiding you, that allows miracles to happen and that helped you overcome turmoil in your life, that overcome adverse situations. What was that? What was that in you? Your gut intuition, your gut instinct. What does that feel like? Really find your own words onto it, because when you put your own words on this energy, that's what will really help you live the life you deserve, the life that you want to live. You know, the life that you can wake up every morning and truly love who you are and the life that you are living. So I hope there was something helpful in this video, and I do hope you take part in the challenge for this week, and I will see you again next time. And if you do take part, please let me know in the comments below, and if there's anything personal that you wish to share privately, of course, email me and I will get back to you personally. And if you want to receive weekly insights from me and monthly updates, please subscribe to my mailing list and you will receive those, as well as my free webinar series, the recording. You will receive a link to that as well just by being a subscriber. So I hope you have a lovely, lovely day, and I will see you again somewhere soon. All the best now. Bye.